Uptown. Calling you on the air. What's your name and where you calling from?
Zaiyah's house in Uptown.
Palmetto on a Palmetto.
Zaiyah's house in Uptown.
Stop it, that's not hot.
Zaiyah's house in Uptown.
Oh, you think the world is round, but it's flat.
Zaiyah's house in Uptown.
You mess with the bull, you get the horns.
And on that note, Zaiyah, we're gonna get into the next question.
Okay, go right ahead.
The next question is, it was sent in from a young lady / older woman, and she's torn between her kids and the man she loves. And she's been dating a man for 3 months. He moves in. Good guy, she says. She says that. Helps with the bills. He works a job. Treats her youngest son, the 11-year-old. Wonderful. Drops him to school. Will pick him up from after PAL or boys club, whatever he's into. Take him to the gym with him. Do everything. But her other son, he doesn't really want to deal with because he is autistic. And he said that he's not comfortable dealing with an autistic child. Well, he's 14, but he's very high functioning. She wanted to let wanted me to let people know that her son is, and they go to a day have program. If anybody know what I'm talking about, he can read. He can read, write. He have maybe some self-stim issues, and I mean self-stimulation. Maybe a little rocking and chairs. And she said when she knew it was a problem, when they went out to eat as a family, she noticed that he took her youngest son and walked in the front while she was in the back with her autistic son. It's almost like if you didn't know better, they wasn't together. Because he's saying he was a little embarrassed. When it comes to the barbershop, he doesn't want to take her son, and she's trying to incorporate the whole family thing. She talked to her lady friends about the situation, and they told her, listen, you've been dating men all your life. What man's going to want to deal with you, an autistic child? As a package deal, like really do it. You just been dating. This man actually moved in and helping out. 1 out of 2 is winning. It ain't bad. You need to just deal with that. If he says he's not comfortable with dealing with an autistic child, then leave it alone. You're winning. You got half. He treats you good. He treats your youngest son good. You just deal with the autistic kid. This is what her friends are saying. Her son loves him to death. She even one time tried to take both of them, and her youngest son kind of lashed out a little bit. So I guess that he likes that one-on-one time with the guy. She talked to her mother about it. Her mother said, get rid of the man. Put him on the street. You know moms. If he can't love both of your kids, he should go on the streets. What do you think about that, Zaiyah?
I think moms is exactly right. I mean, that's that old divide and conquer. He's separating the household. If I had 2 sons and one was autistic, the youngest one is
11. The other kid, the autistic son, is 14.
Okay, so he's 11. He's not a baby. He knows, right from wrong, and he should understand that I'm my brother's keeper. There's no better a phrase for that whole situation. I'm my brother's keeper. That is your brother. So you're supposed to look after him. He's autistic. So when this guy is saying he's going to take you and not your brother, you're not supposed to go because you're not supposed to leave your brother. You cannot go and leave your brother. How long has she known this guy?
They dated for 3 months. He moved in after that. They've been living together for 9 months. He's been wonderful in the household. She wanted this. She emailed me a letter. I actually, wanted to talk to her because I needed more information. And she says that, say he comes in from work, drop his bag and say, oh, I didn't get a chance to cook dinner. She may say whatever. He said, don't worry about it. I'll pick up some McDonald's and be back. He'll take the 11-year-old. Like, come on, jump in my car, let's go. She was like, why don't you take, her autistic son. I don't want to put the names out there because the HIPAA laws, of course. And he's like, no, baby, be right back. And he'll bring her back food, of course, but he's just comfortable. He's so, I'm not comfortable. I never dealt with that in my family. I don't know, so.
But you know the man 3 months and you're moving in your house with your kids.
It happens, Zaiyah.
It happens. It doesn't make it right. You know this guy 3 months. You move in your house with your kids, and he's treating one of your children better than he treats the other.
He buys them at McDonald's. I do want to state that he does bring back the McDonald's.
What you're saying. I'm talking about a child that is 14 years old that can feel every bit of that alienation.
Of course.
You're gonna get that from outside. You're not gonna bring that alienation in here to my child. That's just how I feel. He shouldn't be in there, first of all, after knowing the woman for 3 months. I mean, you hear about it all the time. The mother leaves the boyfriend, because that's all he is, the boyfriend, to watch the kids, and when she comes back, one of the kids is abused or dead because he won't stop rocking and he's trying to watch the football game and it's irritating him or whatever reason. It's just not right. She's looking out for her own well-being, but she's not looking out for the well-being of both of her children because that man shouldn't be in after 3 months. You only known him for 3 months? That's crazy.
Yeah. But I mean, listen, people have done more crazier things, Zaiyah. But like, listen, she dated a lot. The thing about it, Zaiyah, and you know that I'm kind of, this is a touchy subject for me too because I know the field, put it like that, and I have dealt personal levels with family members that the husband never grasps to the point that their child has a disability. It takes a while for that to sink. And these are people who have been married for 20, 30 years, right? And so I understand that when the man says, listen, I don't know how to deal with it, I can get it, and I'm not saying that it's right or wrong, don't get me wrong. But from the other side of the coin, this is a woman that dated several men. Find out she has an autistic kid, he doesn't want to commit for the long haul. Finally gets a guy that comes in there and contributes, takes some of the pressure off her, and treats her son, the youngest son, so good that the youngest son is like,
willing to throw his older brother to the curb for some affection from a stranger because you've only known this guy for 3 months.
No, they've been living in 9 months, 9, 10, 11, 12, over a year now.
Yeah.
So I mean, add it together, 3 months plus 9, living together, 9, 10, 11, 12, over a year.
Man, I still don't. You don't move nobody in your house after knowing it 3 months. And for this whole 9 months, he's been alienating her oldest child.
Well, he just don't want to, he's just not comfortable taking them with him.
He's alienating her oldest child. I don't know how to act with him. I don't know how to treat him. I don't know how to be around him. Those excuses.
I'm just saying this is what he's, and he's honest. He's told her that, and, you know, he doesn't know how to deal with it. But the other one, he takes the other son, barbershop, picks him up from PAL or whatever, the boys club, whatever. He does all that stuff.
That's disgusting. If you ask me, I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
If anybody want to call in and have an opinion, please feel free to do. I mean, all I'm saying is that I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but I can just say, you know, you have to be in those shoes to make a decision first.
Hey, love me, love my child.
I've seen it all before, baby. Don't you worry, no. I've seen it before. I've seen that look on your face. I've seen those tears behind the eyes. It's a hard place to come from when you let your guard down. Let this brother enter your private garden. Ooh, can I assist you with your problems, girl? Let me show you a way to celebrate your life. I will be gentle with you. I will be gentle, baby. Ooh. Just let me show you. I wanna let you know. Show me where you coming from, girl. Show me what you running from, girl. It might take time for you to trust me. Trust me. Let your guard down. Let this brother enter your private garden. Yeah, look. You've been up, you've been down, you've been lost, you've been found. From the first time we met was surreal, profound. We worked for the small talk, worked for the awkward. We dropped the defenses, the odds were against us. The anger I feel when you tell me the deal makes me feel about the past, makes me want to go kill. But it's done, what's hood is what's next, and what's good is the sex. So I'll tell you right now, I'll be the best. I won't hurt you, no, I won't hurt you. I never hurt you, no, I won't hurt you. I won't hurt you, no, I won't hurt you. I never hurt you, no, I won't hurt you. I won't hurt you, no, I won't hurt you. I never hurt you, no, I won't hurt you. I won't hurt you, no, I won't hurt you. I never hurt you, no.
We got a caller here. Hello, 646, you on the air?
Hi, good evening, guys.
Hey, how you doing?
Okay. I'm calling in about the last topic that you guys talked about because I do have an autistic son he's 5 years old. The scenario is a bit troubling for a couple of reasons. One, because whether your children are, excuse me, 100% okay and normal, quotations around normal, you should not move anyone in 3 months. I mean, that's why you have so many kids getting killed by lovers and raped and all kinds of crazy stuff. But besides that, I think that was the first mistake because she didn't really know him before she allowed him to, interact with the kids. So that was the first problem. The second problem is that she is sacrificing her own child's happiness for her own. And as parents, I believe once we become parents that our loyalty should be to our children. And, we kind of have to put what we want to the side for the betterment of our children.
Okay. Quick question. I'm not trying to be in your business or anything. Are you a married woman?
Yeah, please don't. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. What do you want to know?
Are you a married woman?
No, I am not.
Okay, so you're single.
I'm not married, yes.
Okay, great. So, how is it dating with a child with a disability? Do you understand what I guess, her being an older woman
and
dating?
on the other side, and I'm not being judgmental because, again, I said my son is only 5. And how old did you say her son was? 14. The autistic, 14? Yes. Okay, so she has a couple of years on me. So I can't really say, I don't want to judge. But I would hope that my mindset is the same as it is today. I come with a package deal. Unfortunately, my son is a handful. So with me, it's a little different because I'm honest up front. It is what it is. I'm not alienating him. I'm not isolating him. He is a part of me. But again, I'm only 5 years in.
Right.
So I don't know. My perspective may be totally different in 10 years. I may be extremely desperate in 10 years and be like, whatever, I don't care. You ain't got to look at my son, just come in here and pay the rent. I don't know, so I'm not making a judgment. I'm just saying right now that my son supersedes anything because I made a commitment to him when I gave birth to him. So anyone who wants to be with me has to understand that this is a part of the package. And I understand that because of this situation that a lot of brothers may be like, oh, you're a nice person, but you know what, I'm not ready for it. And that's okay with me. Because my son is more important than, my personal stuff. So that's just my thing. Hello?
Yeah, we're here.
We're here.
It's deep. Y'all can't even talk. Y'all like, wow, that's deep.
No. I'm just saying that, I'm glad that you called in because you can relate to the situation. Me and Zaiyah was just thinking about, I was telling Zaiyah that, me, kind of familiar with the field that I have encountered a lot of women that said that sometimes when a man find out they have a child with a disability or something, they kind of like don't want to go. I don't know, like don't want to fully commit to them. So I don't know if you're having that situation.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, that's just a part of it. And let's be honest, it's not even about kids with disability. There are men that do not want to be bothered with women with children, period. Okay. And there are women with normal quotation children who will sacrifice their children and be like, you don't have to do anything for them. I just need you here for me. So he comes in, I think you guys have said this before, he'll come in the house, he'll ignore the kids, go straight to the bedroom, you know, and that's it. There are a lot of women who do this. So just because her child is autistic, you know, doesn't make her any different than the other chicks who do the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, I understand what you're saying, and it's true, but the thing that makes the situation worse is like that whole divide and conquer. You know, it's one thing is if you just go in the room. I have 5 kids, you just go in the room when you come in the house and you don't say anything to anybody. But if you come in the house and I have 4 autistic kids and 1 kid that's quote-unquote normal, and you say, come on, and you take him and you leave everybody else, because I don't know. If you can't take all, then you don't take any, because
I agree.
The kid definitely can feel that. And that's my problem with it. It's just like, okay, now you're victimizing the kid in his own house. That's supposed to be his safe haven.
I agree, and it is our responsibility to protect these kids. So if they can't feel protective and love in their household, that's a problem for me. So that's how I would look at it. I would look at it like, okay, so he's taking Freddie because Freddie is normal, but little Antoine over here, he's not paying any attention to. So to me, that would be a problem for me. But, you know, again, I'm not judging because I'm only 5 years in, but, you know, I just think she needs to think twice. And 3 months is not, to me, it's not even worth, like, the mental anguish that she may cause her child going forward. And not only this situation, but all mothers who do stuff like this, like, you know, take a man over their children. The mental process that's going on when children realize that this is what's being done, to me, that's the worst part of it all, is that it's a wound that doesn't heal. You know, because my mother allowed this man to come in here and ignore me. So to me, that's enough right there for me to be like, okay, you know, I'll just come to your house and see you, or we'll go out, we'll do whatever we need to do, but you stay over here in your shelter, wherever he's going to be because he's homeless, and let me be over here with me and my children.
There you go.
Okay, well, listen, we appreciate you for calling in. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Have a good night, guys.
Okay, you too.
Okay, bye-bye.
Yeah, Zaiyah. I mean, I guess that's what people say, Zaiyah. And I kind of agree with that. You know, like, I'm trying to be like, I understand it's 14 years in. I know it's rough. And listen, I can relate to the women. I'm a man. It's not easy. We're not locking in and we're not trying to be a part of nothing. I get it. I'm a man. I get it. We're not trying to. A woman can have 3 kids and a man be like, oh, 3 kids? Oh, man, sweetheart, you got a deal for me? What do you mean a deal? Give me a deal. Because Shaniqua over here said that I ain't got to do nothing but just come in, pay the bills, pay cable and Con Ed, and I ain't got to speak to her 3 kids. What's your deal? What you offering? Now you got to, I want a package deal. I'm a friend of Shaniqua. And a lot of men do that. Like you said, Zaiyah, I told people that the biggest thing you learn growing up is when you tell somebody, hey, that's your mother's, that's your stepfather, and they curse you out. That ain't my stepfather. That's my mama's boyfriend. But he been with your mama for 20 years. Yeah, that means that man never made a connection with the kids. That's why he's mama's boyfriend.
Well, I had a stepmother. I always referred to her as that woman. Dead serious.
She never made a connection to you.
Dead serious.
And that's what happens sometimes. It becomes a package. I mean, it becomes a deal. And when I mean a deal is like, because women have gave me this deal growing up, dating. Okay, town. I don't need no man to take care of my kids. I don't need no. I'm like, okay, let me get this straight. You got 2, 3 kids, or 4 or 5. I mean, whatever. And I don't have to take them anywhere. No, because they got fathers. Okay, sounds good. Tell me more. You ain't got to do this. You ain't got to do this, that. Just love you and treat you good. And that's it? And help with the bills and house? Brilliant. You know, like for some men, that's a perfect package for them. Other men is like, you want me to do what? I got to help them tie a tie? Oh, God. I I had to drop them off at soccer practice.
See, you're using the phrase men loosely.
No, but
those aren't men.
Nah, Zaiyah, it's gender still is men. That's what I'm trying to.
No.
Zaiyah, hold on,
Just
Zaiyah.
because
Zaiyah.
you got testicles and penis doesn't make you a man.
But-
if you're a man, you're going to be the head of the house
Whole.
whole.
Zaiyah, but this deal is going on forever,
I
Zaiyah.
understand what you're saying.
I mean,
but
this
you're calling,
happens.
you're calling them men.
I'm still gonna call them men by gender reasons. So
Yeah,
it's
if you're
like
living with a woman and you don't say anything to a kid, you walk right past them and go in the room and you sleep in the room and you're doing this for years.
it happens all the
I
time.
understand what you're saying, but you're not a man.
The man comes in,
You're that guy
She-
that sleeps with his mother.
she fixes the plate, takes it in the back room, gives him a big piece of chicken. The plate comes out empty. The mother gets the man and locks him in the room, and she doesn't share none of his funness with the kids and nothing. The man is going. It happens. I mean, I hate to say this, it happens. I know I got a lot of buddies that tell me they never looked at their mother's boyfriend as a father figure because they've been with the mother forever. It's just that he was isolated, and that's the deal they worked out. That's why she was able to. Sometimes the mother said, "I was able to provide a life for you and send you to college because this man was able to work a deal with me and say, I help out financially. I got my own kids on the outskirts, and I don't want to be. I'm not going to treat your kids better than
I'm a hide out here.
I mean, Zaiyah,
I want
basically,
my name on anything.
I'm going to be here with you for
And I
10,
just
15
moved here
years.
from my mother's house. Because all of them, I can guarantee you that 99.9% of those guys came from another dwelling that wasn't theirs.
Yes.
Those guys, they hop from spot to spot.
Yes, it happens all the time.
You know, they go to their mother's house and things don't work out. They go right back to their mother's house. They don't have their own
Yeah,
spot.
they go from woman house to woman house, mother house back to a woman house. It happens all the
And
time.
everybody's their mother. I'll come in, I'll give you some money for rent, but I don't want any real responsibility.
I mean, yes, it happens all the time, Zaiyah. I'm just saying, this is real. This is what's going on in the world. I mean, this is real stuff,
I
Zaiyah.
understand. I understand what you're saying, but I'm just saying that I'm a man, you know, and I took care of mine, and I will take care of mine, you know, but I'm not going to give them the same title as I have. It's just like
Okay.
with Michael Jordan and Kobe talking about
LeBron.
LeBron. It's just like, come on now, you don't get these props that I got. You know, you wait and you earn this. So just because this man has a penis and some testicles, he's not a man. He's Miss Brown's son. He's living over there with Becky. That's what that is.
You know, so I mean, but yes, that's what it happens a lot. It happens more than often. And I'm not the thing about it. I'm not gonna knock the women because sometimes ladies got to do what they got to do.
Man, please, I knock the women.
I,
They slap. That's what you always hear about. The woman coming home and her daughter was molested, or the guy killed the kid, or he's abusing the kid, or something. Because you bringing these crazy guys in your house and just leaving them with your kids. I have a problem with it.
no, I have a problem with that too. But sometimes I'm not gonna sit here and just knock a woman for going through trials and tribulations in life, and then finally getting a guy that treats her good and is like halfway on board. You know, I understand a woman's plight sometimes. That's all I'm saying, Zaiyah. I get the woman's plight. That's it.
I don't understand it.
I understand it. I understand. I'm not saying it's right, but I get it. I mean, everybody go through your whole life and don't be loved. That's crazy.
But I mean, to lower your standards that low.
Sometimes and some women get to a point. It's like, yo, I take the super, and nothing wrong with the super, y'all. But I'm just saying, it gets that low. Like, yo, I gotta do it. I gotta do what I gotta do.
And then this is what your child sees as a relationship.
It's horrible. Yes, but sometimes it is.
That, you know, it's funny. I worked at a place for years, and I was like a counselor, and I would have young ladies that came and worked for me. Because I've always did the kitchen thing, so you know, I'm running the kitchen and they come in, and they're telling me about their situation, where they came from. You know, they might abuse drugs and what have you, did prostitution, what have you, and they tell you about this situation. And I've had so many women tell me, and this is the crazy thing: their mother moved the boyfriend in, probably some guy they met, you know, moved him in. He had no connection with the children.
Right.
Next thing you know, he started molesting the daughter, started sleeping with the daughter. Mother finds out, and what does she do?
Throw the daughter out.
Throw the daughter out. So you make sense of that one for me, because it makes no sense to me.
But on that note, if anybody want to call in and weigh in on the topic, feel free to. 805-727-7000. If not, we're going to take a quick break. Oh, before we take a quick break.
Before we take a break, we got a couple of calls. Okay, we're going to take the first one first. Hello, 347, you on the air?
Zaiyah, Uptown, what's going on? This is hard.
What's
going on, man?
I'm saying that when it all starts from when I think females is small, young, because they say when you teach a woman, you teach a nation. When you teach a boy, you just teach an individual. For the simple fact that a man can have a baby and break out, and the woman gonna be there with the kid. So when you teach a woman that, how to, keep a man and not, run a man away, the father's gonna be there with the kid. So I don't hear nobody say nothing about the father. I heard a lot about the stepfather or the person that comes in after, the father. So I'm saying, like, for me, I feel like the man that, don't connect with the kid, he and like divides the household. It's the same thing like if a man meet a female and she have a kid already, and then he have a kid with her, and then he treat the kid that his biological seed better than the other kid. It's true what you're saying, like a house divided can't stand. Because you're going to make the other kid be jealous or envious of the other kid. It's just like in the Bible with Cain and Abel. That's where murder and all that got started. Because, one will feel jealous or maybe envious. So, again, I'm saying, like, females, they need to learn how to, I guess, once they have a baby with a guy, they need to learn how to, not run the man away or maybe find a better baby daddy or whatever. So that's the only point I was making, because I ain't hear nothing really about the biological father.
Okay.
It's like the other man, he gotta come and
be savior. He got to come in and save the household.
Yeah, he gotta come in. He gotta come on. And only a real man could do that though. Anyway, you see what I'm saying? Only a real man could do that. Because all kids, I feel like is my kid. Like if I see a kid getting ready to run in the street, I'm not gonna let the kid run in the street. You know what I'm saying? So even though it could be a strange kid, I'm still going. If I see a kid doing something wrong, I'm like, I'm gonna teach the kids. I'm gonna teach the babies. Because like I said, I love the babies. So it's, it's just like I said, it's just where we at. You see what I'm saying? But like I said again, I feel it's more on the woman. You know what I'm saying? As far as like, where's the biological baby daddy at? That's what I'm saying.
Okay, we hear you. That's a great point, and we thank you for calling in.
All right, no doubt.
All right, man. You take it easy.
So basically, like the caller said, he was just saying, where's the biological dad at? Why he's not having the pressure of taking care of the situation? Which I get you. On this situation, the biological dad is not even in town. He's out of town. Should I say this? In and out of jail situation. So he's not even a factor in the situation with that issue. He's not even around. So that's for that situation. But I understand what he means. Like he made a point about women choosing a good host. Choosing the man you have kids with. So, which we know. All right. If Junebug and Pookie never had a job in the world, and you talk about I want a man to have a job and take care of the kid. Well, if you know Junebug and Pookie not working, what makes you think that he's going to work after your baby? So we get all that. I mean, I understand that, and we got to put some pressure on the biological father in the situation. You're saying, I understand that. I can get that.
Okay, we got another call on the line. Hello, 856. You on the air?
Hi, Zaiyah. How are you? It's Pecans.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm okay. First of all, my comment is this. The child is autistic, right? She has 2 kids and one's autistic, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Obviously, she's very confused, foolish, and lonely, as everybody notes. But with my thought of how can she be that lonely? She has an autistic kid. They take a lot of time. They take a lot of energy. So I don't know how she has this much time to devote to anybody else. That's number one. Number two, the guy that she's messing with for 3 months, I mean, she don't know him from a can of paint, and he's not really a man. He's not really trying to be there. He's just, he'll come in, he'll do what he got to do, but he doesn't really want to be bothered with the child, and that's her son, that's her kid. So she should, whatever she's lonely, honestly and truly, she really needs some sort of therapy, because it's not about being lonely. She decided to make these kids, whether or not one's autistic or not. She still decided to make these kids. And whether the father's there or not, yes, the father should have more responsibility, but let's face it, if he's not, he's not. I mean, so if she runs away, then the kids have basically nobody. So she has to step up to the plate and do what she wants, and do what she has to do for her kids. If she really and truly, I think she's confused. I don't think she's in love and moving this guy in. I think he just put it on her, and she's whipped, and really and truly, she don't know the difference. Happens to a lot of women. A man has sex with them, they think they make them feel so great until the next sexual encounter, but they think it's so great that they actually, oh yeah, you can have this, you can move in, you could do this, you could do that. She should just really and truly, if she has to go have sex, go to a hotel, whatever, come back home. I mean, if she's looking for somebody to come in and pay her bills, that's stupidity. If she's looking for somebody to come in and, take on the responsibility of raising her autistic son, that's stupidity. This is all things that she has to deal with as her being the parent of this child. I mean, all of us, well, not all of us, but anybody who has kids, if the other parent is not there physically, you may be able to find somebody who really and truly will treat your child like you will, but then again, you may not. But that doesn't mean that you allow them to mistreat your children or come in and, divide your house. So basically, I think she's confused and also pretty silly.
Okay, good points, but okay, good points. I mean, like I said, you have to walk a mile in this woman's shoes to understand her pain and understand what she's going through in that situation. Just from that, and good point though, definitely good point, Pecan. But
well, I mean, you say that like walk a mile in somebody's shoes. I mean, I'm a single parent. I have a daughter. My daughter's not autistic, but I have a daughter, and I never thought of moving somebody in my house because well, I mean, the whole love thing wasn't me, but I never thought of moving somebody in my house, as to say, oh, well, you would pay my bills. If anything, it was actually the total opposite, because I have a daughter.
It's not about paying bills here. You have to understand something. This is a woman that, been 14 years, she has a child with a disability. And I know you say that, oh, your child, but even adults that have kids will tell you, you still need some adult time. You still need that time in your life where you need adult company. Maybe just sisters over, your uncles over, playing taboo or category. You need adult time. So just because you have children doesn't mean your life is over. You still need that outlet to come back.
It's not saying your life is over. It's a choice you make when you have a child. You're supposed to make sure that you take care of your child first. And who doesn't need adult company? I mean, we all do if you're a single parent. Even if you're whatever, you still want adult company. But she should choose to have her adult company outside of her home, not in her home with her children there and having all of this drama. That's just stupidity, really. I mean, these are her children. This is her lifestyle. You can't really expect somebody to come into your house and be accepting of your children, especially if you have a special needs child. So she really and truly needs to, if she wants adult company, nobody's knocking her for going out having it. Just go out and have it. Don't bring it home. And when you come back home, you devote your time to your child. I mean, that's her situation. I mean, if she met put it the opposite way, if she met a really great guy and he was, really, really, oh, yes, blah, 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 I want to be there, I want to help, I want to do all of this. I mean, and she was like, oh, well, my son takes a lot, blah, 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 and he tried, but he couldn't really handle it. Would she fault him for that? No. I mean, this is her child with the special needs. So if by all means, go out, have all the fun you want, but come home and take care of your kid, and do what you got to do with your children.
Okay, Zaiyah, you may have a question before we move on.
Oh no, I agree with her. I agree with her. She's preaching from the book of Zaiyah.
Okay.
Zaiyah, for once, we're on the same page. Isn't that awesome?
Well,
even about the nose running thing, I would run too.
Okay, well, thank you for calling in.
Okay, you guys. Good night.
All right. If anybody want to call in, please feel free. We're going to take a break. If you want to still call in, you can call in after we take a quick break.
You know, I always used to use condoms every time I had sex. It just got so boring. It was all glove and no love. My friends told me about a way, though, that I can improve my sex life. It's called unprotected sex. And ever since I've been raw dogging it, sex has never been better. Never been better. Now it's all love, no glove.
Unprotected sex may not be for everyone. Side effects include genital warts, yellow or green discharge, swollen lymph nodes, painful urination, body aches, pregnancy, dark urine, skin rash, HIV, chills, muscle aches, skin folds, loss of sight, thrush, diarrhea, vomiting, canker sores, nausea, stomach aches, sore throat, swollen glands, and trouble urinating. Other symptoms may include baby drama, baby mama's mama drama, multiple clinical visits, prescription refills, commitment drama and girlfriend fights, parental beatdowns, dirty dingling reputation, and deep lasting regret.
We back, and we still black.
Okay, we got a question that sent in from a guy. Having issues with his wife. They're living in this complex down south. And kind of caught his wife hanging out with one of the neighbors in the complex. Of course, they have sexual relations, of course. They get into a scuffle. And he's angry, hurt. He's thinking about, should he tell the other guy's wife and the kids what went on? But he can feel the same hurt that he's feeling.
You might feel a different kind of hurt if you get a whole different kind of pain.
They already had a fisticuff on it. They already got into that already. He thinking about telling his, he know the lady, playing the same complex. And he wants to tell the lady that, your husband's been creeping with my wife, basically. He thought about not doing it because she has kids, but he got kids, and but he's hurt and angry, and he's thinking that, you know what, why not? Who cares? You want people to feel his pain.
He might be feeling a whole other kind of pain.
Listen, my thing is, brother, don't get involved in that. That's don't worry about that. Because let me tell you what happens with that. I understand he might say, woman, sleep with me too. This way we can get even with them. I know the feeling. I get it. But you'd be surprised. You may find out that they may have some love triangle going over there, and you will really be upset. And you wasn't involved. And you know what? Don't worry about that. Listen, take care of your household. Don't worry about the next man's household. You already got your little fight, or y'all move some park benches in the streets. Little fisticuffs, it's over with. You have to focus on your household now. You and your lady, or whatever you're gonna do. He wants to leave, but really don't have nowhere to go. Yeah, he said that. He wants to leave. They got 3 kids together, and the whole structure of their household depends on him dropping the kids off, her picking them up, soccer, piano, like. The whole structure, he doesn't.
She found time to bone. He can't find time to move up.
I'm telling you what the brother said.
Yeah, but he's not. He doesn't know how to prioritize and organize. She found time. He didn't even. How did he find out she was messing around?
Rumors. Oh, other women in the complex said something.
Wow.
people in the complex said something.
Everybody know.
Because he's working 2 jobs to like help pay. You know, he was, and it was said.
Oh man, please.
And basically, he said that in the letter. The reason not one of her like lady friends, but I guess somebody else was sleeping with the same guy in the complex. Got mad at her because somebody said that the other one was sleeping with him first, even though he was married to his wife in the complex. And she came in and bumped her out and made her mad. So she wound up running her mouth, and they got back in the home, of course. She did it on purpose.
Oh, so he's a serial sleeper.
Oh, the other married man?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's doing him at the complex. Wow. So the other woman got mad because his wife bumped her out the slot. And that's how he got back to him, and then he did his little investigation, and booyah.
Wow. That's crazy.
You know? And you know, so he had a lot of, like, the letter, if I show you the email, it was kind of funny. Written kind of funny, but he had some very harsh choice of words about the guy.
Well, what would you do?
What would I do? I would leave the woman. If I didn't have nowhere to go, let me tell you what I would do.
But I don't understand the concept of I don't have anywhere to go.
He's not from Virginia. He's from.
I don't care if we're in Antarctica. If I'm leaving, I'm leaving. There's no. Well, I don't know. He has 2 jobs, so he has enough money for a hotel room. He has somewhere to go. He can get a room. He can rent a room.
Yes, he can do that. He said.
The Palatial Palace is not available. I don't understand the concept.
His co-worker said that he can stay in the basement for a while. But think about it. Who's gonna drop? See, he's thinking about. Zaiyah. He said that in the letter. Like, his kids look forward to his support. Like you know, he drops them off in the morning. And she picks them like the structure. And he's so afraid of losing that structure with his 3 sons. He got 3 sons. And even though he's hating her right now, he said, but he don't want his kids to feel any animosity or 3 sons. Just in school, you know, they go to the football.
Sure they're his kids.
I'm sorry, listen, we don't. And he's listening. I know he is. We're not getting it.
Man, please. I don't know.
You know. So my thing is this, brother. I mean, I probably will move out, but whatever your exit strategy is, your exit strategy. And you can take care of your kids from out the home. I get the fact that you don't want to mess up the dynamics of the household.
Well, he didn't mess up the dynamics of the household. She did.
No, she definitely did.
He's the victim here.
He is the victim, right? You're right.
And I understand about the kids and all of that, but something's got to change. I have to save myself.
So what would you do? Let me hear you.
What would I do?
Yes.
I'd keep me a room.
Okay.
And then I would just show up for my responsibilities and take the kids here, there, the other.
But what happened if you're on the other side of town? Things not that easy, Zaiyah.
You get a room close. I mean, I would make it easy. I would rent a room someplace close, but I'm just gonna remove myself from that situation. She's gonna do some begging. I'm not just gonna stay there. It might be hard on me. I gotta get up a little earlier to get the kids there. But she is gonna feel what it's like to lose me. Come on now, you got to feel a little pain. She got to feel something. She can't still have her way. Oh, well, you got to go pick up the kid. As soon as she said it to me, I might grab her by her throat. Man. I don't advocate violence.
No, we don't do that.
Come on now. And then I got to look at this guy, too.
In the complex, yeah.
And I wasn't even for him.
He caught on.
I wasn't even for him. Yeah, his mistake was fighting the next man.
Well, he caught them coming out of the car.
I would never fight the next man.
I get you.
Unless he was coming out the elevator and she was laying on the floor in a pool of blood with her panties around her neck. Then okay, I fight the next man. You know, dishonored by whatever. But she laid down. She was complicit in that act, and you want him, you can have him. Because just like the last young lady we were talking about, a good man is hard to find. I mean, a good individual is hard to find.
Of course.
A good man is even harder to find. You know, so she would have to feel that. And I would stroll up and pick up the kids I would rent somebody. I'd get the finest call girl in the world. I wouldn't even worry about sleeping with her. And I would stroll up in there to pick up my 3 kids. Just to...
Yeah, I mean, Zaiyah, I'm with you on that. I mean, my thing for him, listen. Get an exit strategy. If you don't want to, I don't know, if you don't want to impose on your co-worker to stay in his basement.
He doesn't
You have to
leave. He's
I
in
know
love.
he doesn't leave, but the point is this: what you have to do, you have to put it back on that track. You have to let her know that you a perk.
Exactly.
Having you is a perk. And brother, let me tell you something. A man that's employed, that want to take care of a household, these women, these pretty women out here can't get a man to come in and take care of a household. And you willing to do that? You're a hot commodity, man. You are a hot commodity. You have to know your worth. Put it back out there on that track. Period.
I mean, especially, and he sound like he's still in love.
Of course he is.
I don't want to disrupt the kids. Was he sleeping on the couch? Or still sleeping in the bed?
He didn't get into that. Right?
Call him up. I'm on the phone. I want to know where he's sleeping. No, I know you're listening. Call in and tell us where you're sleeping.
You know, but listen, I definitely you gotta definitely put it on the track, because there's nothing like a woman cheating. It's different if a man is cheating. That can be forgiven. That can be moved on. But when your woman is cheating in the community, you are looked at the weakest link in the world. You're like Slim. Like it's times 10. Yes. When Bill Clinton cheated on Hillary, he cheated. But if Hillary would have cheated on Bill, time for World War III.
But not only did she sleep with somebody, she slept with the cat that's running through chicks in the hood.
Yeah, he's the man in the.
He's running through chicks.
He is the man in the hood. He called them. I'm not gonna lie. He called him a fake Idris Elba. So I guess he's one of those, like, I don't know, pretty boys. You want to call him, man? You call him that? Okay, yeah, one of those. And he's doing his thing in that hood, man. Like,
wow.
And the women dropped it down on her because they got bumped. Wow.
And he gonna run to his wife. I mean, please don't say anything to that man, because you be really chumping your face. Because when she turn around and say, "Hey, I know he messes around. I don't give a damn," then you really gonna listen to her. She knows. Believe me.
Of course, she ain't no idiot. She knows what's going on.
And plus, you really bring your stock down when you do that. I mean, how do you fix it? I mean, what do? You write a letter, anonymous, or you run up on it and say, "Excuse me, you don't know me," but it's really no way to do that. You know, I would leave that situation alone. There's no way to do that without making yourself look
like a sucker.
Yeah.
Oh, jellyback.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, jellyback man.
So your wife. And you know what's funny? I had somebody that I know went through a similar situation.
Jellyback?
And he was sleeping with the guy's wife, and the guy found out. So the guy approached him and said, "Yo, man, I hate you sleeping with my woman. Yo, stop sleeping with my woman." So the guy said, okay, you got that. Because the guy knew his wife, and they lived in the same building. So he's like, okay, you got that. It won't happen again. So he went back and started doing it again. So the guy called his house. He was laying in the bed with his wife, and he answered the phone. He said, "Hello? Yo, man, I told you to stop sleeping." He called him on the phone in his house. He's like, "Yo, I'm so glad my wife didn't answer the phone." He said, "I slid out the bed and went in the hall." He's like, okay, man, you got that. I had to tell you twice to stop sleeping with my woman. What is going on? What's the word coming to?
He's a jellyback. Jellyback. Those who don't know what jellyback men is, those are men that have no spine in their backbone. Jellyback is like one of your uncles. For example, you have an uncle that comes to a barbecue, those that have a big family, and your uncle has that lady he's been with for uptown years, 20, 30 years. She comes to the barbecue every year and she starts trouble. "I'm ready to go, Junebug. Let's go. I'm tired. I want to go now." And I'm like, why she's always beefing like this? You know your uncle don't do nothing wrong. You love your uncle. He's so friendly. But since she see him having a good time, she curses him out. "Let's go. Get the car. Get my chick. Get my coat. Get out of here." Your uncle's a jellyback. And he's like, "Okay, y'all, see y'all later." And he runs out. "See y'all next year." He ain't coming next year.
It's jellyback. If your uncle comes wearing a mansion sweatsuits,
he's a jellyback.
He's definitely. Please, gentlemen, and please, ladies, warn your sons. Don't wear matching clothes with their wives and women. That's just...
He's a jellyback.
Not a good thing.
No velour suits, no.
Matching Adidas suits.
Yes, Adidas suits with the sneakers, jelly back.
And the fanny packs.
Jelly backs. Oh, spineless men. Yeah. Oh, jelly backs.
Take them out and beat them.
And it is old school, but that's jelly back. There's always a jelly back in the family, trust me. That the wife abuses him because he was never taught to disrespect a woman when he was young.
I see that all the time of that. So, yeah, that's for them old guys that can't dress themselves anymore. I wish somebody would say, "Here, this is what I picked out." For what? For us to wear. Where? Please.
Now, first of all, some men like that crap. No, it's not that men like that crap. They was never taught better when growing up. See, jelly backs start from children. Those women that got sons out there, you tell your son at a young age, get a pen and a pad, I'm speaking. You tell your son, oh, don't be disrespectful to little girls. Tell your son, sometimes you need to disrespect a little girl growing up. You need to disrespect her. And y'all say, oh my God, Town, why is he telling her to disrespect girls? Because some girls are predators. They're the girls in school, Zaiyah, that tells your son, straight A student, honor roll, let's cut school. Don't your mother go to work late? Yeah, mother, she don't get over till 7. Let's cut and go to your house. And the old jellyback son of yours, because remember, you tell him to love all women and don't hit them back. They stay cutting and going to your house because you raising your son to be a jellyback. Instead of telling him, listen, I want you to respect women, but as soon as a woman tells you to do something outrageous, curse her behind out. If she run up on you, just shove her off. Are you crazy? I'm not cutting class for you. I'm not doing that. We gotta, us Johnsons are good family people. You them Shaniquas and the Junebungs. Y'all no good. My mama taught. And you know what happens? As soon as she gives him some, because she's on her 3rd abortion. She's a young chick on her 3rd abortion. She give your son a little piece, and all of a sudden your son is, Mama, you just hate me because she love me. And then now he wants to cut school because you're raising the jelly back. 20 years later, he's the same one. Get my coat, Harold, let's go. F your mama, I hate her collard greens anyway. You raise the jelly back.
I want you to know you're more than beautiful. You know I see it 'cause you know I like it, girl. You don't have to check on me, 'cause with you is where I wanna be. If it's what you want, you better show me, baby girl. Would you believe in us? Like I believe in us. Do you believe in love? Like I believe in love. Love, do you believe? Could you believe in us? Did you believe in trust? Like I believe in trust. Did you believe in God? Like I believe in God. Do you believe? Could you believe in us? Won't you just take my hand? Let's start making plans. I wanna share the world with you, girl. You should put your trust in me. It's the only way you'll see that I'm 100 gonna make you feel secure. Would you believe in us? Trust, like I believe in trust. Would you believe in God? Like I believe in God. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Do you believe? Do you believe? Yes. I know you're an all-in girl, and I'm ready to fall right in her. I know you heard this before, but this is different, 'cause girl, I love you more. Faye, I see no reason why we don't start this season. Where you wanna go, I can take you there. If you open up, I can show you how I care.
We get ready to get out of here. Please, before you log on, please like us if you haven't already. We really appreciate it. Yeah. It's too funny. They going to kick us up the air. On that note, I'm going to say boo-doo to you and yours in peace.
We out.
Jelly. Jelly back.
Oh, jelly back men.
Hello, caller, you on the air. What's your name and where you calling from?
Zaya's house in Uptown.
Pollinator on a pollinator?
Zaya's house in Uptown.
Stop it, that's not hot.
Zaya's house in Uptown.
Oh, you think the world is round, but it's flat.
Zaya's house in Uptown.
You mess with the bull, you get the horns.
Do you like it?